Hey everybody, how's it going? Bobby Watts here. We're at the Torches RC helicopter field in Orlando, Florida. And maybe recently you've seen some of my RC helicopter videos I've been putting out, and I think there's a lot of interest. I've been getting tons of emails, PMs, DMs, Facebook messages asking how to get involved. But a lot of guys just have no idea where to start. So this is the video for you. This is how you're going to get started in RC helicopters in 2018. Okay, so here's my arsenal. This is my RC Heli arsenal. This is just about everything I've got flying at the moment. And so as you can see in the back here, I've got our high-end RC Helis. These are the ones that I fly mainly on a routine basis. These are the ones that can do all the tricks. They can go backwards, sideways, upside down, 80 miles an hour, you name it. They're awesome. But now these are what you would build up to. These are like the sports cars. These are the high-end race cars. You wouldn't start with this. These are a kit. You have to build these from scratch. They come in hundreds of parts and you have to put them together yourself. And the price on these range from $2,000 to $3,000 really. But I wouldn't recommend these to begin with. What I would actually recommend is these guys up front. These are all made by a company called Blade here in the USA, and without a doubt, they make the best beginner RC helicopters, period. Like, unrivaled. They make the best beginner helis, period. So let me talk to you about these things. Let me show you what we got and which ones I recommend to start with. Okay, so if you're just starting out, never flown RC before, maybe never had a helicopter before, this guy right here is without a doubt the best beginner heli on the market right now. I reached out to the guys at Blade, I asked what they recommended, and they sent this thing. This thing is great. This is called the Blade 70S. It's 60 bucks, literally $60, and it comes with the helicopter, the battery, a USB charger, and the controller. And it even came with the batteries for the controller. It's great. It's got self-leveling, which is awesome, so when you let go of the sticks, the helicopter will level itself. Although this is a tiny little helicopter, I wouldn't call this so much a toy. This is just like a smaller model. This thing really does well. This isn't one of those cheap ones that you're gonna get at the mall. It doesn't fly like that. This flies more like our kind of more expensive, better quality models. These guys know how to make a helicopter. Once again, this isn't a tiny little toy that you would get at Walmart or something like that. The Blade 70S, without a doubt, something like this is the best thing to start with. You can fly it at your home, in your living room. I would only recommend it indoors. Outdoors is just a little too windy. But at home, in your living room, warehouse, basement, gym, whatever you got, it's awesome. So Blade 70S, definitely the best for beginners. Now, once you've mastered this for a little bit, what's next? Well, let's take a look. So let's say you've mastered the indoor flight, you've pissed off the wife, you've pissed off the dog, and you're ready to bring it outside. Okay, well, where do we go next? So I really like these guys right here. Once again, I think these are the best entry-level helicopters. You don't have to build anything, you don't have to set it up. These are just grab and go. And if you fly these and you get the bug, then we'll move into something bigger. That's a future video. But let's say you've mastered the indoor flight and you want to go with kind of the next step. Well, where do we go? Well, I think something like this is really good. This is the Blade MCP-S. Once again, this one comes ready to go with the radio, the charger, batteries, everything. This one's about $130. Once again, ready to go. So here's the remote here. Here's the helicopter. And the cool part about this one is the fact that it's got collective pitch. So when we fly our helicopters, in another video I showed you how our swash plate moves and how our blades can give positive pitch and negative pitch. We can turn them upside down. And this little guy right here will even do aerobatics. So because this has collective pitch, we're able to practice upside down flying. So this little guy right here, you can actually practice upside down hovering, you can practice flips and rolls, and it's really cool. Take a look. The last thing I like about this is it's got its recovery mode, where if you get out of control, you can press this red button right here and it'll self-level. Really amazing. Check it out, Blade MCP-S, big fan. Now, once you've gotten past this guy, let's say you want something for a little bit more wind. So we're out here at the field right now, maybe a 5-10 mile an hour wind, and you want something a little bit bigger. So this right here is the Blade 230S V2. Once again, this comes with the radio, it comes built, comes ready to go. They test fly it. It's nice, it's really nice. This one's about 300 bucks. This one, once again, comes with battery, charger, radio. This radio here is great. This is the DXE-H, so this is the helicopter version. And it's just really simple. This is like the bigger radios that we fly with the more expensive models. And this too also has the panic and recovery mode, so it's really nice for starting, I think. So if you look at these two helicopters right here, there's a ton of technology and a lot of the learning curve that goes away with buying one of these helicopters that's ready to go. So I'd really recommend something like this. So if you get a helicopter that you can fly outside or in a large basement or a warehouse or a school field or something, if you get a helicopter like this and you get the bug, then I definitely recommend you look into our hobby a little bit more, look into what it's all about, because it's really a good time. So in addition to flying these guys in real life, I also recommend computer flight simulators. So let's take a look at that real quick. Next up is without a doubt the most valuable thing you can do to learn to fly a RC helicopter. Go out and buy yourself a nice RC helicopter simulator. There's lots of them out there. Real Flight, Accuracy, Next. Personally, I think Real Flight is probably the best out there. I've worked with Accuracy a lot. That one is really nice too, and they keep coming out with new upgrades. But I think overall, Real Flight seems like the easiest to work with. You can even buy it with a radio controller that plugs right into the USB port on your computer, and you're good. When I first started learning RC as a teenager, I would literally sit there on the computer for hours and mess with the simulator. And it teaches you so much. The physics have really come a long way that it feels just like the real thing. And if you can do it on the simulator, then more than likely you can come out and practice it with your real helicopter and do it at the field. Cannot overstate how important an RC helicopter simulator is. They range anywhere from probably $100 to $200 nowadays. I don't recommend an exact one right now, but I would definitely look up the latest of either Real Flight, Next, or Accuracy. I think those are probably your best bet. Between them all, there's ones that work with PC, ones that work with Mac. Definitely take a look at an RC helicopter simulator, and screw Fortnite. If you really want to learn how to fly an RC helicopter, no more video games, just sit on the simulator and practice, and fly your helicopter outside. And if you do those two things, you will learn very quickly. It's really cool, so definitely check out a sim. So thanks for watching. This is how you get started in RC helicopters in 2018. This is the easiest way to get into doing what we do. This is the gateway to learning all these tricks. Once again, take a look at the smaller helicopters that are ready to go. It takes out a lot of the guesswork with the setup and the build, because that is a lot. That's a hobby in itself, just learning how to set it up and build it. Also get a simulator. If you do those two things, you're off to a great start with flying RC Helis. So if you have any questions or anything, feel free to hit me up. And for those of you guys who do fly Helis, if you found this useful, I would definitely appreciate it if you shared it and let all your neighbors know and all your friends know who might be interested in flying. So thank you guys very much. We'll catch you next time.